So here's why it's actually 10 times more effective to generate your leads instead of buying them if you're a financial advisor or a life insurance agent. Now, this is coming from someone who can both sell you or help you generate your own leads. And trust me, we've sold about 24,000 life insurance leads in the last few months. So I'm not biased for any of those two different methods, but I want to share with you what I think is the best for you as a financial advisor or a life insurance agent. Now, we're going to compare three main areas here. First, a general differences of the both methods, then time involvement differences, and ultimately our favorite part, the ROI differences, so return on investment. If we first start out with buying your leads, what it looks like. Now, typically you're going to pay about $60 for a qualified life insurance lead that is both good quality and exclusive to you, okay? Depending on the companies, that can vary a little bit, but most of the time it's around that price. The good thing about buying your own leads is you don't need any marketing systems and you don't need any time to actually generate them, right? Because you're paying for someone to do it for you. Now, in terms of return on investment, you can expect to make about 2.5x return, okay? If we look at generating your own leads now, typically for the $60 leads for the same quality, you're gonna pay about $10 if you generate them yourself in the system, right? So that's always per lead. Now, the good thing is it's no longer difficult or no longer hard for a financial advisor to start generating their own leads. Historically, it was true because you had to figure out how to run Facebook ads or TikTok ads or YouTube ads, but now with the system that we've built, it's actually plug and play. So you come in, you link your Facebook and you start running ads with our winning ads that generate leads for that price. So it's no longer difficult for you to have a marketing system that performs, that is very user-friendly and comprehensive. Now, in terms of time, it actually takes you a maximum of 3 hours to set it up. So we're gonna put the 3 hours here, okay? In terms of return on investment, you can expect to make about 25x the return on investment, and we're gonna look at why there's such a big difference between the two. So that's it for the general differences. In terms of time, I love that. So here, it's true that you don't have to spend any time to generate the leads, but you do have to spend some time to call them. And for running a call center for many months now, we know that on average, an advisor will do about 3 contacts per hour dialing. So that means if you buy, for example, 30 leads, it's gonna take you 10 hours to speak to about 90% of your leads, okay? Now, on the opposite here, if the leads are generated on your page or on your name, we've noticed that it doesn't take as much time to call the leads. Actually, here it takes about 5 dial for 1 contact. Here it takes about 3 dial per contact, just because the people requested the quote from you specifically, so they're more expecting of a call than when it's generated by a general company like ours or any marketing company. Also, what we like about our system is about 30% of your leads will actually book an appointment directly in your calendar without you ever having to dial them or call them, essentially. So if you buy 30 leads, really, you only have to contact 20, so that's a lot better. And out of those 20, instead of making, about 3 contacts per hour, you're able to do about 4.5 contacts per hour. So typically, even sometimes 5 contacts per hour. So it's gonna take you about 4 hours to contact the remaining 20 leads. Now, if you look at it in terms of time, here you spend 3 hours putting the system in place, 4 hours to dial the leads and talk to them. And also you have an extra hour here to maintain the system. So it's about 1 hour per month when you want to stabilize that cost per lead at about $10. So if you're following here, that's a total, right? That's a total of 8 hours of work to contact everyone. And here is a total of 10 hours of work because all you had to do is call them, essentially. So that's it for the time differences. And finally, in terms of ROI, which is my favorite part, we're going to look at one of our client, Tim. Okay, so Tim has been with us for many months now, and he started buying leads. So he bought 30 leads for about $2,000, and he was able to contact 24 of them in 10 hours. So I'll just write it down, 24 here. Out of those 24, he was able to schedule 12 appointments. So 12 appointments, and out of those 12 appointments, he was able to make 6 sales after the follow-up, after the no-shows, and all of that good stuff. So here, that's 6 sales that brought him $5,000, okay? So I'll just put 5K here for 6 sales for Tim. Now, when Tim switched here to generating his own leads, here we're both comparing in terms of a 1-month period. In his first month, he was able to generate 30 leads at $10 and contact, again, 10 of these leads actually booked an appointment without him ever having to call them. And out of the remaining 20, he was able to make more calls and book more leads. So in total, he was able to get 19 appointments. And out of those 19 appointments, after the no-shows, after everything, he was able to make 9 sales. So those 9 sales brought him a total of $7,500. And that's it for the initial sales. Now, if we look at the return on investment, I like to also put in the time and the money spent. So here he spent $2,000 plus 10 hours of his time to end up with a profit of $3K, right? So when you look at it, really, he made $3K in 10 hours. So 5 minus 2 is 3 profits. So 3K in 10 hours, that's what we call working at $300 per hour, without counting, of course, the time he spent talking and meeting those clients. Now, if we look at Tim, when he started generating his own leads, he spent $300 because 30 leads times $10 is 300. So he spent 300 here plus 8 hours of his time to make a total of $7,200 profit, right? So if we look at it in terms of time, really he spent 8 hours to make $7,200. That's about $900 per hour if I'm doing good maths in my mind right now, okay? So of course I'll take the 900 over the 300 anytime. And when we look at it purely in terms of return on cash invested, here he spent 2K to make 5, so that's 2.5x. And here he spent $300 to make $7,200. So that, my friend, is a 25x return on investment. Okay, so that's why it's 10 times more effective to generate your own leads instead of buying them. So I hope you found some valuable information in this video. Now, ultimately, it's your decision to make whether you want to buy or generate the leads, but I wanted to make sure you knew those options were available so you can make the best decision for yourself and your career. That's it. I hope to see you very soon, and I wish you a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.